fuck off. Alright, we out. Actually, I can just kill myself. And we'll be back in the devil room. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin here, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Look, I've been doing a ton of Bethany. I don't want to do this. Alright, WASD, attack, eat a bomb. We can hold control to leave one of them in place. Like, the items are unique to the pair of them, is the thing. My goal is to just play in such a way that keeps them together. I think that will be infinitely easier for everyone involved. Our resources are still the same. You can look at the stats as well. Oh my gosh, it's just so much to keep track of. I think when you use one bomb, you get two bombs though. I think that's true. I'm not 100% positive about that though. They do have, like, contact prevention. I don't know how that works. Like, I actually legitimately don't know how that works. What's going on? Okay, I need to go back and check the, How do I use it? Oh, space and Q. You hold control, and it gosh darn it. That is so complicated and, like, unnecessarily complicated. I don't want to deal with that. Cool. I could use one bomb to check more than one location. I wonder if they both get the same effect. We don't have an obvious top secret room, so I'm not going to bother trying on that one. Oh, we got the strength, didn't we? I think we did. I really don't like this character already. Like, I knew I wasn't going to, but there's, like, degrees, right? Like, speedrunning this character is a thing, and I don't want, like, I have to do all the things, and I don't want to do any of them. Ugh. Doing this character fast is a nightmare. Because I bet if you die with one of them, you die with both of them. We don't have any keys. I mean, I guess hypothetically you have double the damage and double the vulnerability, but I don't know. I will... I'm not gonna say that this isn't an interesting design, because it clearly is an interesting design. It is fairly unique for the game. It is... It's a thing, right? Like, I can't say that, wow, they didn't do something a little bit out of the ordinary. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I hate meat, man. I hate the meat. Itchy nose. Problem is I'm too wide, I think, to actually... Oh god, and once they're separated, it's over. I can't multitask like that. Just cannot do it. I accept that I cannot do it. I do not have the brain power to multitask two characters that are not sitting next to each other. And also, there may not be a correct answer to the puzzle. The UI is also just fucked. I should just stack it all on one person, shouldn't I?
X-Lax.
I feel like I almost have it, but I just don't. We did get a key. I don't even remember what this is. Little Dumpy, okay. Ate the trinket that I don't remember what it does. We don't have a key to open that anyway. Neither of those can be the top secret room, which is funsies. That means it could be anywhere. Oh god. I forgot we have an arcade. Oh right, we already got it. The blood bag out of it. Worth checking. Oh Jesus, it's tiny. How come I didn't die to Godflesh? Yeah, that wasn't a tinted rock. I just do not want to have to deal with this character ever. Just straight up. We finished this, and I never run the character again. Is unfortunately how this is gonna go. I'm as somebody who has become more and more picky, and I mean picky, about what I like and do not like in my roguelikes. This character makes me not want to play Isaac. Like, I kind of just don't want to play Isaac. That's scary to me, because I love Isaac. This is a great game. It was one of my favorite games. It was my first real roguelike. Wow, this is so 100% useless. I want that, just for protection, but Jesus. Yeah, like, getting me to not want to play Isaac is fucking impressive. Like, I played The Lost when The Lost was what the Tainted Lost is now. Where you don't start with shit. Like, that's how I played Isaac. I mean, the Lost, but that, like, I did that. And yeah, it was brutal, but it was still fun in its own way. I just do not find this fun. Find it interesting, but not fun. If I could safely kill off one of these characters without losing the run, I would do it immediately. And I mean immediately. I would not hesitate for a second to do it. I just don't want to deal with two characters. To me, it adds an extra complexity to the game that just doesn't add much of value. It fucks the control system 6 ways from fucking Sunday. And it just, I don't know, it just like, am I supposed to feel good about it? Like, I don't know what the plan is. Wow, I took that damage at the last second. I don't know if it actually affected my Devil Deal chance, but annoying nonetheless. Like I said, I'm about 90% sure that if one dies, you lose. So... like... I enjoy Biznap's content a lot. The one thing I didn't like him doing was playing through in multiplayer so that he could just have a bunch of Ghosts of Dead things. Like, I didn't like that. I kind of thought that was a little cheaty. I don't think they fixed it, but if they did, or sorry, if they didn't, I would 100% cheat to not have to play this character ever. Because I don't even think I can fully describe my hatred of this. I don't think I can do my dislike justice. I got 11 bombs. I should find the secret room. I think this is when you pick up a penny, you get a fly. Cool. I probably have this on the wrong character, actually. Yeah, I feel like all the shenanigans that are going on here speak for themselves. I really, really hope they do. So even though I have a character that qualifies, I can't get in because both of them don't qualify. Cool. That's dumb. I also should have been holding control for that. Oh, it is still there. I think we're gonna do some sacrificing to the devil. That was really close, actually. Hey, look, we bite that. I hate this character. I already hate this character. I am not looking forward to any of this. None at all. Oh, I totally went in with the wrong person. Whatever. Oh my god. Like, I already want to stop. I already want to stop. I have no desire to play this, and I hate that I have no desire to play this. Because something that was fun, I think I've pegged it. And I know I've been moaning this entire episode, and I'm sure nobody's been watching it. The thing... Of course, I had to itch my nose right as I walked in through the door. I shouldn't have even begun to do that. So in Isaac, there was a lot of tedium. Like, to say that the game isn't tedious at times would be to lie to yourself. Because the game is, in fact, tedious at times. But most of that tedium is voluntary. Like, the fact that I go and double back, and I do find some of it annoying, right? Like, I saw the mod that Biznav was running where, like, you could just click on a room and you teleport, very similar to,
Shot speed down. Verb.
I don't actually know how luck translates here. But I think having 0 luck is on one character is better than, I don't know. I'm guessing here. Alright, so this, yeah, this couldn't be... How dumb am I? What do we have in here? Okay, I'm actually down for this so far. The items, I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, so all the tedium is elected, right? You don't have to do things. You might not win the run, but you don't have to do tedious things that, you know, are in a potential part of the game. So you're opting into tedium. You're opting into taking extra time in order to make something happen that is ideally optimal, or more optimal for you. Which, you know, that's legit. I think that's legit anyway. Call me crazy. Maybe you will. I don't know. That's nuts. I have... Oh, this is like chance to not take damage, I think. So yeah, like, the tedium there is, like, an accepted bit that you do to make your game more optimal, more likely to win, something along those lines. Like, that is just how the game works. This character takes the tedium and forces you to do it. And I think that is why I don't like it. Because the tediousness itself isn't bad, but forcing people to do the tedious things is. Ow. Alright, well, if we've got an arcade, which I don't remember if that was even likely. Okay, Joker card is an interesting twist, I guess. This is a useless ass shop, Jesus. Yeah, I think that's the quintessential why I'm not enjoying this character. I think there are other issues that add to it, like, that make it even more tedious than you elect to play as. Oh wow, that was really bad. I got lost there. Both of these are valid secret rooms, so we'll check them both. Nope. But yeah, I think that is my main qualm with this as a character. Because, yeah, this is fucking tedious and annoying. Like, you don't have the mental processing power, and I mean you just don't have the mental processing power to have these two characters running in different places. Now, what I would love to see is having this be cooperative. If this character was specifically better for cooperative play, I would be fucking on board. If you controlled one and somebody else controlled the other, down. 100% every day. Like, just down. I mean, that feels smart to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I think that's what I would love to see out of this character more than anything else, is a purely cooperative experience. Because I think that makes this game interesting in a useful way. Now, I think that creates its own problems, because it's nice to have single-player games that don't require you to play with somebody else. Like, I feel that. Because I think that would allow for actually interestingness, because the co-op play in this game is basically useless. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to themselves. Who got the luck up? It appears as though it was red. Which I assume is Esau, actually. There are some, like, clever plays you can make with this setup, but I think most of them are bad. Like, they're tedious, right? I mean, I'd be happy to take something like this to Hush, but I can see speedrunning this being such a pain in the butt that you just can't pull it off. I don't even know who picked that up. Like, even with one player, I don't know if that was avoidable. Having to fit 2 players into that gap, I think, is legitimately impossible. But again, I don't know who took the damage, which makes this curse like 16 times worse now. That's a Perthrow with a Joker, okay. Alright, well this is a hold control room. Okay. Annoying, but whatever, I guess. No, stop it. I don't know what happened to my health, though. What happened to my health? Am I still at 4 hearts? See, this is one of those things that I need to know and can't know. Like, I don't know if I'm back to 3... Are they both at 1 heart? Are they both at 1 heart? Are they both at 1 heart? I think they're both at 1 heart. Which is the worst of all worlds. And Breadman can fuck off if they're both at 1 red heart. If they're both at 1 red heart, I'm just gonna be annoyed as fuck. It also appears as though the 9 lives are in fact shared between the 2 of them. Wow. Just...
Puberty.
These shops are hot trash. The hottest of hot trash. Yeah, they're both at 1 red heart, aren't they? It's better than being dead, but not by much. We like separated just enough that only one of us could hit on the profile. At least I can like sort of readjust by pushing against a wall. Cool. I can't know what's going to happen. Okay, he lost damage. Cool. Fuck off. Alright, we out. Actually, I can just kill myself. And we'll be back in the devil room. Is this worth it? No. The answer is no. It's not worth it. I don't know where the thing is. Okay, we can't even fucking take it. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I do not enjoy this character. I will never play this character again. I just don't enjoy the character. I think that that's a valid decision to make. I might just be done with Isaac. This is bad design. It is strictly bad design. It's interesting. That doesn't make it good. Interesting can be bad. Interesting can be very bad. It's interesting design. It's a bad gameplay experience. Are there people out there who are going to like this? Sure. Why they like it? I'm gonna guess the answer is because it's more challenging. I don't think it's more challenging. I just think it sucks. It's just a pain in the butt to play. It's just a pain in the butt. I have zero motivation to play the game in this state. Like with these characters. I just don't. I do not want to play the game with this character. I was hesitant. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to enjoy it, and I was right. And I hate that I was right. I wanted to enjoy this character. Not because... I mean, partially I like proving myself wrong. I like challenging those misconceptions, because there are a lot of times where I say, whether it's a board game, whether it's a video game, you know, what have you, I say to myself, I won't like this. And as long as it's not a ridiculous amount of money that I'm forking over to force or to check, I'll check, right? Like I'll, you know, even if it's like, say, hey, friend who owns this game, can I play this? Or, you know, what have you, right? I want to try it because I want to... Knowing what you like before you try it, like in some cases is impossible. Like trying food. I have thrown out deciding whether or not I like food before I try it. I've thrown it out because it's impossible. I've eaten things that looked amazing and I went, oh my god, I want to eat that, and it's been mediocre. I don't think I've had anything be like absolutely impalatable. Like absolutely. I don't think I've had that happen. That hasn't been like obvious. But I've also had things that I looked at that I said, I don't think I'm going to like that. And I tried it and I was wrong. And I think that's valuable. I think being able to admit that you're wrong is important. And I think being willing to test your assumptions about things is valuable. I think that's really good. I think it is worth doing because that's how you grow and learn. Because eventually you might be 100% accurate about what you will and won't like. And when I look at this character... Or, like, when I look at any video game in general, I look at the mechanics that it's going to employ, and I look at what it's going to do and how I'm going to play it. So there are certain games where the grinding, I enjoy. I enjoy grinding in certain games. Isaac is a game that you grind on, honestly, in certain, like, scenarios. When you're trying to beat Hush or the Void, well, maybe not Hush, but because Hush you got to do speed. But, like, the Void or the Beast, like, those take some effort because you really need to optimize your character or just get super lucky. But that's like kind of a grind in its own right. Other stuff like Terraria. Terraria has a huge grinding like in the middle of it where you're trying to upgrade through armor sets and stuff. Like that's a pretty big grind, but it's fun. For me, I enjoy it. Now, for some games, there are grinds that I don't enjoy. Some good examples. Well, okay, I haven't played WoW. I'm actually trying to think of good examples of games where you grind that I don't particularly enjoy. I would go so far as to say Back 4 Blood. I don't enjoy the grinding aspect of Back 4 Blood, where you're just trying to get supply points and unlock more cards. It hasn't hit the point where it's becoming an issue, but like I can see that being an issue. I'm actually gonna have to like pull up my library. Let's see, Dungeon Defenders. Oh man, more Dungeon Defenders too. But like, you're at the point where you have to grind in order to like upgrades and money and stuff. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Hand of Fate. I stopped playing Hand of Fate when it became a grind fest. What are some of the games that kind of fell by the wayside? Let's see. At a certain point, I'm trying to think of games that I've played on the channel that would be like I've called. And I'm having a hard time because there's a lot of games that I've played and I don't remember why I stopped all of them. Unfortunately, scrolling through my games is an issue, isn't it? I've got too many, to be honest. I can't say Phasmophobia, though. It is becoming a grind. It's not a grind for any purpose, so it's not a grind. It's choosing to play. Risk of Rain 2 is a different issue. Stardew, okay, that's a good example. Stardew, one that ended recently. I stopped playing it because I had reached the point where the game was purely a grind for money and for percentage, and that for Stardew didn't enjoy it. But now the grind at the start, I did enjoy. Because there were good solid goals and a lot of progression built in. The difference there is very subtle and not one that I have explicitly nailed down, which is the tough part. Like, knowing when you like something and when you won't like something is a valuable skill. Which means that challenging your assumptions about whether or not you will like or dislike a game or anything, really, is a worthwhile endeavor. So, when I looked at Jacob and Esau and said, I hate this, I do not think I will enjoy it because it is super tedious and it just doesn't look like splitting the game into two characters doesn't make anything specifically more fun. It makes it harder, it makes it tedious, and you know, what's the point, I guess, is really what it comes down to. All of the characters do something interesting. Isaac, vanilla, great. Once you get the D6, he's kind of like the jack of all trades. Like, you can almost try to build a run with him. Almost. Maggie, Yumheart and the pill, you're supposed to be a little bit tankier. You've got more health, but you're a little bit slower. You don't have exceptional damage, but you can see the point is shifted, right? From health to, or from speed to health. And you have an item that synergizes with having more health. Is Maggie more tedious than Isaac? Yeah, she's slower. She is, like, more difficult in that regard, but she's built around that. Cain, more damage, more speed, less luck. Has the lucky foot, has paperclip. Like, there's something here, right? Like, you're a little bit more fragile, you've got a little bit more damage, and you maybe are a little bit more lucky. Judas is the full-blown extreme, right? Book of Belial, lots of damage, 1 HP, like, glass cannon, let's go. Blue Baby is a little bit more of a challenge run. Only soul hearts. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but you're always going to get your devil deals because you can't take red heart damage. Eve, is super weird. I will admit that I do not particularly like Eve's design, but the design is there. The Razor Blade gives you the synergy to do the Dead Bird and the Horror of Babylon. I imagine these days that Razor Blade doesn't actually count against your... It's voluntary damage, so I don't think it counts against your Devil Deal chance. Samson. Interesting character as well, because also relies on being damaged. Being damaged gives him strength. Leads to interesting gameplay style where, you know, you might want to take some damage early in the floor, or especially optional damage like going into curse rooms or going into or going into arcades. Like, those things are to your benefit. It changes the way you play and it gives you some synergy, some stuff to work with. Azazel is fucking training wheels. I'm not gonna lie, he's training wheels. But flight, short brimstone leads to some, like, the fact that range suddenly really matters as a stat. Like, it kind of always matters, but like when you do number 1 and your range is garbage with other characters, like, you feel it, but it's not nearly as bad as Azazel with the short brimstone. It's not nearly as bad, in my opinion. Lazarus gives you the ability to die strategically in order to gain stats and like taking some damage. Like, yeah, it's not as strong of a gameplay, but it's a little bit more vanilla. It's a little bit more vanilla with like a little bit of a boon. Eden is RNG. Like, that's just what it is. The Lost is a challenge run. You get a really low charge D6 to flip items that you can't possibly use potentially into something you can't use or disappear. You've got this holy mantle thing, so obviously you can only get hit once a room, but that's interesting, right? You only get hit once per room. If you get hit once per room and any other character, you are going to die. You don't have the health to sustain that, more likely than not, especially in hard mode. So it's a thing. Lilith. The Incubus and the Cambion Conception work really interestingly. You're all about familiars. Lilith is a familiar character, right? You start with the box that doubles your familiars. That's the shtick. Like, getting the item that double the car battery that double uses your usability or your use item is like exactly what she's looking for. Like, there's a interesting build and progression and strategy of play here. You can abandon it at any time, but there's an interesting character there. The Keeper. The wooden nickel, the 50-50 on getting a coin, money to buy devil deals. Like, you know, money as health. Like, very interesting character design. I enjoy the Keeper a lot. Apollyon. Probably my least favorite character, beyond the two that shall not be named. Like, he's kind of generic, but he's got this item called the Void, which can slowly build up use items and become insanely good, or just be used to grant him stats if the item is bad and you don't want to take it. Like, that's pretty interesting. Like, overall, I just don't tend to like that style of play, personally. But I also think... Sorry, I'm yawning up a storm. But I also think that Apollyon, like, I would rather pick up an item and take the mediocre benefits than roll the stats, because I always end up with fucking max shot speed. Bethany. New character. Really like her. Very interestingly high stakes. Very interestingly high stakes. You have a base item that just automatically combines with any use item and gives you defensive abilities, because you can't have soul hearts. They're allowed to power your items, but you can't actually have them. So you have to no-hit a floor, an entire floor, to get a 100% chance at your base angel deal. Like, that's... wow! So interesting. Much wow. Jacob and Esau. You have two characters. One that's a glass cannon. One that's a tank. You have to control them both. You have to split items amongst them. And... also, you don't get to split items amongst them, because when Esau died, Jacob died too, but also came back with, like... that's a little bit too nitpicky to this specific run. But, like, you have to split your items. Okay. give me double item rooms? Like, I don't know what would fix this character for me, save for making it a purely multiplayer experience. If it was purely multiplayer and just like tacked on as a thing that doesn't really have a bunch of unlocks on it, I would be 100% down for Jacob and Esau. But as it currently exists, fuck it. I do not want to see that. I just don't. Maybe I'm rude. Maybe I'm wrong. I look at this character and I don't see anything interesting. Nothing. There's not a single thing about this character that makes me go, I want to play this. Sorry, I've said that it's interesting, but also that it's not interesting. Interesting in that it interests me is different than interesting. I know that also sounds weird and it's semantics arguing. It's really not important, I promise you. There are interesting game concepts and ideas here. It's just that for this game, they don't work. They do not work. It doesn't actually create a gameplay experience that feels unique in any other way than frustrating. And like, the Lost is a frustrating character to play as. The Keeper can be a frustrating character to play as, but they don't feel bad. And this characters, whichever, feel bad. They just feel bad. So yeah. I've been doing a lot of thinking about things that I enjoy and things that I don't enjoy for other unrelated reasons than playing this game. And this just does not spark joy. I want to throw it out with the bathwater. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do the alternate path as Bethany next time. And then we're going to start on the tainted characters, because I think that they could be interesting. I also think there's a chance that I hate all of these. We'll see. I'm pretty sure that better items, no mantle. I wonder if mantle can even be found. That would be interesting if it couldn't. The fact that the note is like, I guess you can probably still do everything. Anyway, that's not my point here. I think my point's been pretty clear. I just do not like Jacob and Esau, and I think it's because when I look at their characters, I do not see anything that is gained from having them being split, except for making everything harder and just more frustrating. I mean, I play Kingdom Death. I play masochistic games, but games have to do the masochism well. And Jacob and Esau is just like, yeah, okay. Here's something that's a pain in the butt. And just, I don't know. Like, there's just, that's it. It's like, okay. Let's get a sledgehammer and break a leg. It'll be fun, I promise. I don't know. I'm gonna stop ranting and raving because I've been at it for at least 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Thank you for watching. I hope to God you like Jacob and Esau better than I do, so that you can enjoy the rest of this game and like half this expansion. I do realize I have like Mr. Boney to unlock. I don't know. I think I'm reaching the point with Isaac that as much as I enjoy a whole bunch of it, there's enough of the little bits that just do not interest me in doing anymore that I just am not going to do them anymore. And I'm sad about that, but I also look at games like Enter the Gungeon, which I would now rather play. And yeah, it's just they did it better. And when something does it better, it's hard to argue with. I don't know. I guess I'm having like an Isaac identity crisis, because this is arguably the most played game I have that isn't an idle game. So yeah, I don't know. I need to stop rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this rant. I will see you next time, and until then, try something that you don't think you'll like. Whether you were right or wrong, you'll learn something. And until then, keep your gears turning.